Welcome, everyone. This is the first of our meet and greet meetings for candidates within our county and region. Today, we focus on education with our guest speaker about career and tech education and two of our three candidates for school board for Citrus County School District. As a reminder, please mute your cell phone and your Apple Watches. This meeting is being recorded, so I would like you all to please, if able, stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, with liberty and justice. Thank you. You may remain standing or sit. We ask you to have a moment of silence for whatever your particular intention is, whether it be illness, suffering, or whatever you're thinking about. I'd like you to ask, keeping your thoughts, our own Jan Hall, one of our founding League of Women Voters of Citrus members. Jan recently passed away after a long illness. She leaves a huge hole in our hearts and certainly within our league operations. Jan was our go-to person, our publicist, our brochure maker. She coordinated our speakers. She did 1,000 things that didn't really have a name. So we miss her terribly. And but yeah, let's take the rest of the moment now. On your chairs, or hopefully you've given one, a list of reminders. You'll see up there. Okay, coming. Is that better? Our upcoming events. We have a table room on Saturday, a social coming up. Our next meet and greet is June 10th. That will feature Barbara Venditto from the Citrus, or from the Mid-Florida Homeless Coalition, and it will also feature our 4 candidates for county commissioner. July will have the 2 candidates so far for Florida House, and things are shifting constantly. Our schedule has needed to change because the judges were reelected without needing to be elected. Most of them had no opposition, and so they were automatically reelected. So now we only have 2 judge candidates. So please pay attention, watch our newsletters, watch our announcements in the Chronicle, and watch our Facebook page, because our summer meetings will focus on candidates. But with the redistricting and possibly new House candidates, we may adjust the schedule that you see in front of you. Our guest speaker today is Debra Stanley, Director of Career and Technical Education for Citrus County Schools. Debra comes from a proud military family raised by a dedicated U.S. Air Force major. She's a graduate, along with her husband, of Citrus High School. She's devoted her entire life to education, leadership, community service within the county and region, and has spent over 2 decades shaping the future of education for Citrus students. She's been married 40 years to her husband, David, also a graduate of Citrus. They've raised 3 professionally successful young adults who are also graduates of Citrus schools. In previous roles, she's been the acting director of Withlacoochee Technical College. She's the has been coordinator of special academic programs, assistant principal at Citrus High School. She's a board of directors for Career Source. She's chairman of the board of trustees for HCA Citrus Florida Hospital. She has a master's degree in educational leadership from the University of South Florida. I know she's also involved with the chamber as an ambassador. Okay. And Debra's going to tell us about local career and tech ed opportunities within the Citrus County schools and region. Following Debra's portion, we'll have questions and answers, and then the second part of our meeting will commence with candidates. Welcome, Debra.
question is, do I stay at the podium? Or do we, okay, yes, ma'am, that's perfectly fine. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy to. I just didn't want to,
You have to really like almost put your mouth on the mic, otherwise it doesn't work.
okay.
You can hold it if you prefer.
Go ahead and hold it.
That's okay. I will turn and try to speak and talk about the slides at this time. Well, first of all, thank you very much for inviting me. It is my honor to be here speaking for the League of Women Voters of Citrus County. It's just an honor to be here. My name is Debra Stanley. I'm the Director of Career, Technical, and Adult Education, commonly known as CTE. I am thrilled to be here to share with you the wonderful things that are going on in Citrus County schools. If you ever need to go somewhere and have a good day, you need to come spend the day with me, because the things that we do, the advantages we give our students, the opportunities we afford them are really incredible for a small community like Citrus County. So when you think about Citrus County schools and the opportunities we have something called career clusters. So when you think about the different types of courses we offer at the high school and middle school level, an example would be like agriculture. That's part of a career cluster. And in Citrus County, we currently have 10 career clusters. So within those career clusters, we have 23 pathways. A pathway is something that is embedded within a career cluster. So at a variety of our schools, we're going to show you some of our slides and highlight some of those. But we really, even though we're a small community, we really do give our students a lot of different opportunities. CTE courses, we have 28 middle CTE courses, and we also have at the high school level, sorry, we've got, I can't see if you're from here, the CTE courses at high school and middle school. And we have, is it okay if can I go over here or I can't? Can I talk loud?
Yeah.
Okay, let me, because it's hard for me. I'm not a podium person, as you can tell. I'm still a little stilted. I'm so sorry. So so we have CTE courses. We have 128 middle school and high school CTE courses. Those are all the different courses that are available to our students that we're able to offer them. So a variety, anything from vet tech at Crystal River High School to something called DIT, which is digital information technologies. We have drafting, we have culinary, we have a variety of different courses and a variety of different opportunities we can afford our students. We also have additional courses. We have 23 that are offered at eSchool, which is Citrus County has a virtual school. It's called eSchool. And we offer 10 at WTC, which is Wichlacoochee Technical College. Industry certifications. We offer 77 in Citrus County. What's an industry certification? We offer at Crystal River High School the ability for students to earn a CNA. So they can get the CNA industry certification at Crystal River High School before they ever graduate. We're able to graduate, go on, and if they want to pursue something further, they're able to potentially go to work at Tampa General or HCA. And if you have a CNA, they will continue training, help you become an LPN, an RN, and they will pay for all of your training. So we give them the beginning steps, the beginning process of them deciding if that's something they want to do for a career. Also, if they decide that's not something they want to do, but they are going on to college, they can work as a CNA and make a lot more money than they could potentially as a waitress or something else, working at fast food. So we give them the opportunities to have choices. We want them to have choices. So that's one of the things for Citrus County. We want to give them choices. And we have over 5,000 students enrolled in CTE programs. It's amazing what we have. Trying to think it goes.
It always works until you start.
Yes, ma'am. If you want to just tell me what to push, I'll push.
Boy, y'all are very quiet today.
Yes. Oh my God.
You have.
Technology, you gotta love it.
We need our own technical student.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So let's look at some program highlights. At Crystal River High School, this is our 4th year of having a veterinary assisting program. And it's our 1st year of testing students with those industry certifications I was just talking to you about. And we're very happy to say that we had 100% pass rate for the vet assisting exam. And that's a big exam. That's an exam that is listed on the Florida Department of Education that is given to us by Career Source and the Florida Department of Education. They decide what industry certifications we're allowed to give with certain courses. So it's not like we just pick a industry certification. These are given to us by the Florida Department of Education and Career Source. So when you talk about 100% pass rate, that is absolutely amazing for our students. Yes, ma'am. I told you it's going to be a rah-rah for Citrus County. It's amazing. Welding is another one of our programs. It's a new program we offered at Lecanto and Citrus High School, and it will be offered at Crystal River High School next year, as well as Ducks Unlimited. I think everybody knows what Ducks Unlimited is. I think that's something that's pretty commonly known. Well, Ducks Unlimited has an industry certification. And it's a new ecology and conservation certification offered at all 3 high schools. And we actually do that in our environmental science classes, not in an actual regular CTE course. So that is something the state of Florida has said you can do this industry certification in these classes. So it's an expansion for us, for Citrus County, and the industry certifications we're able to offer. And you know, a lot of our students here, with all of the water we have in Crystal River, and all the hunting and all that type of stuff, it just was a natural fit for us. And we've been extremely successful with that. Yeah. So these are some of our CTE updates. So we are very fortunate that we got an $860,000 capitalization grant, which was an update and added to our veterinary lab and exam tables at Crystal River High School. We also upgraded greenhouses to all 3 high schools, and we purchased side-by-sides for instructors to deliver feed and hay to the farms. So that is a grant that Dana Rice Sternberg, yes. I know Dana when she was, her daddy was Jimmy Hughes. He used to be superintendent of schools years and years ago. So Dana was raised in Citrus County. She's a lifelong resident, and she works in my department. I'm sorry, I should have introduced her first. She's my career technical education, a teacher on special assignment, and Shannon Clark is also here with me. She's my secretary. So I wanted to let you guys know that. So she wrote a grant. We wrote a capitalization grant from the state of Florida. They'll give us grant opportunity. So Citrus County, that is a lot of money for us, $860,000. So we were able to do upgrades and additional things at the schools that are phenomenal for us, because it doesn't cost Citrus County schools anything. It's a state grant. So that is one of the reasons why it's very important for us to write those grants, because it gives us additional funding in Citrus County. We also got a $2 million capitalization grant that Ms. Sternberg wrote for us as well, that allowed us to start the welding program at all 3 high schools. So $2 million, that's a lot of money for a small community like Citrus County. Like when I go to other districts and we talk to the chancellor of CTE, he knows who we are because we are successful with our grant writing. We want to do everything possible to give our students opportunities, and how can we access additional funding that doesn't cost the district money. These state grants are available, and we always do our very best to write them and to receive them, and we've been very fortunate in that. So when you talk about we've added and updated welding labs at each school and purchased virtual welding and traditional welding and equipment and supplies. Let me tell you something. If you or any of you, and I have my card, are interested in coming to Citrus High School and you want to learn virtual welding, we will put you on a virtual welding machine. You put on the glasses and you virtually weld. And people would say, well, how is that beneficial? I don't know whether you guys know this or not, but they are training doctors to do operations with virtual welding, with virtual type of instruction. So when you first think about what is the advantage of having virtual welding, you want them to have hands-on welding, but virtual welding is also like the wave of the future. So we're very fortunate that we have the virtual welding opportunity also available at all three high schools. So that's something that when we first heard about it, you're like, well, this is interesting. And it truly is. We've had people from the community come in and you actually weld, you put on the glasses and you weld, and it gives you a score. Like, are you going too fast? Are you going too slow? Is your angle correct? It's amazing. It just is truly amazing. Another grant that we got $1.2 million to $261,000 as an appropriations grant. So I'll tell you what appropriations grant. This grant allowed us to purchase update medical equipment for the Health Academy at Crystal River High School, including biomed, electrocardiogram, dental, and vet assisting. This money will also be used to upgrade the facilities and industry certifications. An appropriations grant comes when this was 2 years ago when Blaise Ngolia was our senator and Dr. Missoula was our legislator. We wrote an appropriations grant for them, and it got sponsored in the House and the Senate, and the governor signed it. So we were able to get that additional funding for Citrus County. That was something else that Ms. Sternberg wrote for us. So the importance of writing grants for us is phenomenal because it gives us the opportunity to do wonderful things. And I couldn't say without mentioning that, also mentioning Thomas Kennedy. Thomas Kennedy is running for school board, and he's been a school board member forever. I'm not being political. I'm just telling you that his support of the grants, especially the appropriations grant, is what helps us. You have to reach out to the senators and legislators, and you have to build relationships. You have to get them on board. You have to let them understand the importance. They have tons of opportunities to fund. So you have to get it across the finish line, so to speak, and then you have to get the governor to sign it, and that takes a village. And we are fortunate in Citrus County to have a very positive, supportive village, and I'm very happy about that. Wanted to tell you guys that. We already talked about CHS adding Ducks Unlimited. Lecanto High School added personal training and welding this year, and Ducks Unlimited. Crystal River High School reinstated their electrocardiogram program and added Ducks Unlimited. And our middle schools will be adding a high school business course next year. It's just called VIT. We're going to teach it at the middle school level because, the way the world works, you have to always look forward. What can we do to help these students to be more successful? If they start DIT, which is a high school course in the middle school, frees them up to take more courses that they're interested in at the high school level. DIT is kind of the introductory course that they need, kind of like a prerequisite when you're in college. And so if we allow them to do that at the middle school level, gives them opportunities in high school to do what they're interested in. They really wanted to be in drafting and try to get their ADDA, drafting, mechanical, architectural, on and on and on. If they're able to be in that course for 4 years, it gives them opportunities to be as successful as they want to be, or culinary, or whatever is their successful. We kind of get that prerequisite out of the way at the middle school level, and it gives them opportunities at the high school level. Let me tell you a little bit about Citrus County Fair highlights. Citrus County, we definitely partner with FFA and with 4-H. We are very much supportive. We love ag, and it's such an integral part of what we do in Citrus County, and we realize that and totally support it. Citrus High School, when you talk about some of the accolades they won at the fair, poultry show chicken placed first. I love some of this stuff. They have a grand champion pin of meat for chickens. I didn't even know what some of the stuff is, but it's interesting and it's exciting that this is what our students are doing. You talk about third place for Chapter Swine Project. Then Lecanto High School, you have the goats, second in class. reserve championship and championship senior showman. They won the Dr. Duma scholarship. And then Christopher High School, which is amazing, grand champion county bred market steer for that placed first in class for steer for Christopher High School. That's amazing. They also did the reserve grand champion pin of layers for the rabbits. And just this morning, we found out, we're going to brag a little bit because that's what I love to do about Citrus County Schools, especially about ag. Crystal River High School, the chapter there for FFA is a chapter of distinction. They're going to be recognized at the state FFA chapter. We just found that out this morning. So they posted on Facebook. So to me, I love that. I love the fact that we have students who are passionate about what they do. We have teachers who love it, and we work together with the FFA, with 4-H, and it's just it's a great situation in Citrus County. I'm very fortunate that I'm here. Okay, so let me talk to you about a few other things. Those are the slides, but let me talk to you about a few other things. In Citrus County, we have another program called CDE. I'll go back over here. I'm sorry. I had to pick up my forms. I don't mean to, I know I'm driving me crazy. I'm sorry. We have called CDE. It's called Cooperative Diversified Education. What that means is we have students who go out into the community and work during the school day. So we have a student that is a junior or senior, and they have completed most of the requirements they need for graduation, but they work at Publix. So they're able to go out during the school day and work. So for each hour they work 5 hours at a business. They can have one period taken off of their school day as a class. So if a student works 10 hours a week, they can have 2 periods during the day of CDE, which is Cooperative Diversified Education. Dana used to be one of my instructors, and they go out and they work and they represent Citrus County Schools. And at Citrus High School, we have 80 students. At Lecantos High School, we have 70 students. And at Crystal River High School, we have 110 students. All of those students go out into the workplace and work. So you have, we all know how expensive it's got to live. The economy, we all know gas is expensive, car insurance is expensive for students. So we have a lot more students who really want to work but really just need to work. Socioeconomically, it's a situation. So we're able to allow them to do that and support them through Citrus County Schools. We do job site visits. We help them with soft skills. I don't know whether you guys have noticed that a lot of our students, a lot of young people these days, they're very comfortable on a phone, but they're not necessarily comfortable with shaking someone's hand, looking in the face, making sure they understand the importance of being on time, and dressing appropriately, regardless of what it is. Do you know at Publix that if you work at Publix, that you're supposed to, someone comes within 10 feet of you, you're supposed to address them. So that's part of Publix's culture. So sometimes we have students who don't feel comfortable with that. So trying to encourage them to say, listen, this is part of Publix's culture. If you want to work here, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone, and you're going to need to do that because the business does evaluations of them. They tell us what we could be helping them with. And our whole job is to support those students. We want them to be successful while they're in school, but we also want them to be successful after they leave us. What are they going to do when they leave us? And what can we do to help them be successful? So that's part of the CDE program at Citrus County that I'm always excited about. I just think that it gives us an opportunity to have students be successful during the school day, financially, as well as to help them in their future. Let's say you have someone who have earned that industry certification in drafting. They can go to work at Blue Water Drafting, and we have some students who have gone to work there. They use their industry certification. They are able to get a job. And if they want to continue, then they can continue there or go on. And we've had students go on to become architects. because of what they've been exposed to. We do AutoCAD. We do all kinds of stuff at the high schools as far as that's concerned. So it's just amazing to me. Like, you think that Citrus County is small and what type of opportunities do we have? We have tons of opportunities. We are very fortunate that we have had, Ms. Hummel was a former superintendent. Mr. Mullen was the assistant superintendent for years in Citrus County. And they supported CTE tremendously. And so does the current administration. Dr. Hebert and the leadership team, Citrus County is very fortunate. People ask me, why are you still working? Like, I probably am older than anyone in the whole building. But you know why? Because I love what I do. And I get up every single day thinking, what can I do to help us move forward? This job is so positive. Like, there are certain areas of education nowadays that may not be positive. My job is so positive. I get to reach out to the community members. I get to work with the county commissioners. You're talking about the things that are going on with WTC, with aviation, potential future appropriations grants with working with Dr. Missoula and JJ Grow. I see opportunities everywhere. And I just feel that I have more to do. That's why I'm still here, because I just feel like I'm excited. When I am not excited about getting up and going to work, I'm going to stop going to work. But as long as I'm excited, I feel like my mother lived to be 90 and she smoked for 50 years. So I'm giving you way too much information. But like, for a long time. So I feel like I just have too much to give. I am not ready to stop. I'm just not. So like you, when you introduced me, I'm chairing the board of trustees for HCA Citrus. I love what I do. I love working at the hospital. I'm on the Career Source board of directors. I feel like we're meeting with Career Source this afternoon, Rusty Skinner, to talk about what they can do, Career Source, to help the Citrus County schools. I just feel like there's so many wonderful opportunities here that we still have. And there's one other program I want to tell you about. We have something called NCIP, which is the Nature Coast Investment Practicum. It was started at Citrus High School about 8 years ago. 7? Okay, 7 years ago. They started with $25,000 seed money. What that does is Scott Lee from Edward Jones would come in, and he worked with a teacher named Terry Cook, who has since retired. And they started with students investing money, like real money. And, if I had listened to my kids that were in it to begin with, who told me to invest in Google and other things, I would no longer be working. I'd be on a bench somewhere, but I'm not. No, I would still be here. I'd just be donating a lot of money. Let me just tell you, that is now at Citrus High School. It's at Crystal River High School, and it's also going to be starting at Lecanto in the fall. We've gotten a lot of Shonda Burdette here is the president of our education foundation. The money is housed through them. She has been instrumental in helping us get additional donations from donors. That account has over $1 million in it now. Real money that the students invest. Real money. So you think Little Citrus County, how can we do that? Because we have support from school board members. Ms. Counts is sitting here, has been very supportive of us. We are very fortunate. I am not Pollyanna. The world is not always, sunshine and roses, but my cup is half full, because it always will be. Because I believe we have wonderful opportunities in Citrus County. I believe we have wonderful things going on, and gives me pride to be able to brag on those things and to be here to share with you. So, I'm happy.
First question.
Wow, thank you. Have you ever met anybody who enjoys their work as Debra Stanley does? It just makes our hearts smile, because you love what you do, but what you're doing is about giving our kids opportunities, choices, time to sample things and try things out. So you've given us, pardon me?
We have some questions?
Yes, we do.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sad that your enthusiasm is so low.
I know. Sorry.
My question is, years ago, there was an auto body repair
At WTC?
Yes.
Okay, to be honest with you, WTC is one of my schools because I'm the director of career technical and adult education, but I am not sure if they had it and there was not enrollment and like there wasn't interest. Is that Mr. Mullen? You want to help me here? Was it there was not interest and so the program went away? Is that correct?
Lack of enrollment, and not just that, but placing kids, students that graduate, not just kids but adults, into the workforce. There has to be a job market for them, and it has to have the pay has to be at a certain level for you to recoup funds to keep a program like that open. And that program, all those things just went away. There was very little job market for the students that graduated, so students quit signing up and quit wanting to take the course, and it just slowly over the years just became obsolete.
Yes, ma'am.
Industry is what runs those opportunities, and what happened is the other body shops said we're just going to hire the young people directly and train them. So going to a school and getting a certification was not as Mr. Mullen is saying, it wasn't then a line to be able to have a job opportunity. And so the two have to align.
And do you
And
know?
the industry's changed too. They don't fix cars, they replace parts. It's a whole different thing now. Nobody fixes your fender. You get a dent in a fender, you're getting a new fender. You know,
That's
it's
what I was
don't
told.
fender out, put a new.
That's what I was told. Otherwise, $5,000.
Yeah, and you know, the world has changed. Like they were talking about Mr. Mullen and Thomas Kennedy. During COVID, one of the things we found out, and I'll tell you this, is we used to have trouble getting the hospitals didn't necessarily want to hire CNAs or LPNs, they wanted RNs. COVID changed that. You've got hospitals now more than willing to offer CNAs and to grow them, to grow that person. If you are a good employee, they're willing to invest in you financially so that you can stay with them. And so I think, we have to be adaptive to what the market will allow us to do. But you're exactly right. You have to have, it's all based upon, are they going to be able to go out and get a job and those type of things. So I appreciate both of your input because it's, I try to remember back, but I don't remember everything because I am getting old.
Other questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So I would imagine, but you tell me if this is right, that having this huge range of programs helps with student retention and graduation. And
Yes, ma'am.
I assume that you're tracking that. And it's another bragging point.
I would say yes, ma'am. We're once a student leaves us, you have an idea of where you think they wanted to go. But there's a grant that was just written with Patrick Simon and the coalition of College and Careers. They have a grant that they're going to do that is going to try to help us track that because we as a school system, once they leave you really don't have a mechanism in place to try to do that. So, but it's very important for us because if you know that a certain group of students are being successful and this is very successful for them and they go on forward, then you would want to put emphasis on that. So yes, ma'am, absolutely. As time goes on, we're trying to have more resources to be able to do that. And we are. I believe that if you have a student who maybe is a little bit disenfranchised for whatever reason, but they just love ag and they love coming to school and they do a couple of industry certifications. Maybe they have a steer in the fair. I think it helps with retention. And it could be the same thing with culinary or with something to do with, business. If you can just light a fire and spark it with a child, I believe that is the most important thing to keep them in. You do have athletics and you have the arts, you have all other things, but CTE, career and technical education, can be a partner to that as well. Yes, ma'am.
Do you still have the emergency medical technician course?
We have, yes, we have EMT at Crystal River High School. We do. We partner with the College of Central Florida. And they come in and they do it in usually January of their either junior or usually it's their senior year. It's part of the end of their pathway. I talked a little bit about pathways at Crystal River High School. So yes, ma'am, we do that. And
Do you know what the pass rate is on the National Registry of Personnel Technicians test? Because that's a very difficult test.
To be honest with you, I do not, but I can certainly, we can get that information for you. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Because the problem for us about knowing about that is they have to be 18 to take it. So a lot of times they've left us, and that's the reason why. If they tested when they were still with me, maybe their mind, you know, that's not like, yeah. Then it would be easier to track. But we have to get the information from them once they've left us. Yes, ma'am.
Other questions?
Well, I have to tell you, ladies, I am thrilled to be here. When Rosemary first asked me, I wasn't quite sure. I was like, what am I going to talk about? But I was thinking, if anything, I will talk way. So, you know, and I'm very fortunate. I work for a school system where I have school board members who support me. And a leadership team that does as well, and has in the past. So I'm very blessed, and want to continue forward, because I think we have great things coming for us. I really do, especially with Dr. Mazzulla and JJ Grove being our legislators. I hopefully will be able to look forward to maybe some appropriations grants in the future. Like, you never know what's going to happen, but we can certainly look forward to that, and additional capitalization grants.
And we hope that Mr. McLeod is listening in case he will feel.
He's listening very well.
So absolutely, Mr. Todd, yes.
And
So as we move forward, whoever is our legislator and our senators, we will partner with them, because in Citrus County Schools, we are nonpartisan. We just want what's best for students. Yes,
and I know you don't know me that well,
yes,
but children are our future.
yes, sir. They are.
Wow, let's have a hand first. Or appreciate you for the comment. We're so grateful to have this time to get in depth with what Citrus County has to offer. Are you music or? Sorry. Okay, yes. What a way to begin a conversation about school board candidates, to see how all of you are a team for the kids. And I know we all know of one or two kids in our lives that career tech education has literally saved them, because they found ways to be engaged. And what Citrus has done, expanding it to this level, is just phenomenal. So now we're going to go to the candidates portion of our meeting. And I think Miss Vicky.
I think I'm stuck in a time warp.
I got this up to use Vicky because, you know,
Didn't have that.
Richmond School.
Watch everybody laugh when I do that.
I know it's time to check it.
It's okay, it's good to get a laugh. In the back of the room, Peg, where are the magazines from Citrus Life? Before you leave today, get a copy of Citrus Life magazine. I write for them, and I have an article about Dave Vincent and one about Scott Hebert. So it'll be interesting for you to read about them. And I do columns, they put it out twice a year. I do columns, I want to do columns on servant leaders, on people in the community, like Debra, like Dr. Himmel, who do it because they have a calling. I love the way you said it. If I'm not enthusiastic one day, I'm out of there.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's great. That's what we need, all the enthusiasm that you have. We are going to invite our candidates up, and I'm going to have you do the invitations to get them started, Rosemary.
Oh,
And you'll have 5 minutes. I'm just looking on my Zoom, and it doesn't look like it's going to give me a timer. So, well, I will give you that at 4 minutes, and then that at 5. That's four fingers if you can't see them from there. And that's fine.
Okay. I thought you were doing this, Vicki. When I was contacting the three candidates who at this time are unopposed, they all happen to, in my opinion, be Irishmen. Because being Irish, I can pick out an Irish name. Well, there's Fannett and Mullen. No, I'm forgetting your name, Thomas.
Kennedy.
So let's go alphabetically, okay? Let's go with Mr. Kennedy first. And Vicki's going to time you. You have 5 minutes to talk about whatever you'd like and however you'd like to enlighten the citizens. This is a great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. And just for clarification, I'm actually Scottish, which is what most Irishmen would like to be. So I'm Thomas Kennedy. I am a school board member. I actually reside in District 1, and I have been elected on the school board since 2010. I am married to my wife, Thomasine. We have been married for 34 years. We actually met while I volunteered at Crystal River Middle School just down the street from here, which actually Miss Hemmel was a teacher at many years ago, along with Miss Counts. My wife is a 30-year ELA teacher, and for modern times, that's what we call an English teacher of the past. My children both have attended our school system. Both my son and my daughter were part of CTE programs at the Academy of Health Careers. My son and daughter were both part of the biomedical program, where you actually get a certification out of the University of Florida for being a biolab technician. My daughter actually then went on to the EMT program. Somebody here was asking about that. She became a nationally certified EMT while she was at Crystal River High School. My son went on to become a chemical engineer. He works for Raytheon. He's currently finishing his last semester at the Warrington School of Business at the University of Florida with his MBA. And my daughter, just while she was, after being an EMT, she worked at Crystal River TGH in the ER for 3 years while she was going to Florida Southern to get her BSN. So if you were ever at the ER, you might have had her as one of her nurse interns. And she now is in Winter Haven, living there reluctantly to her father because she met a boy. So I am a strong proponent of our ESE students, because I am a former ESE student. As a person with dyslexia, I learn differently, I understand differently, and so I'm very tuned into innovative educational practices. Along those lines, I am also a strong supporter of higher ed education. My wife has her master's. My son is finishing his master's. My daughter's starting her master's because she wants to become a clinical professor. My niece is a double doctorate. She is the dean of nurses at Loma Linda University. My brother-in-law is a PhD professor at a state college here. I know the value of higher education. I support it. I am grateful for some of you in the room, the educators that play that role. But you know what? Not everyone's going to college. And what we know from the CTE programs is even those students like my son and daughter that went to college, they benefit by CTE programs. And by the way, we say CTE, but in the old days, it used to be called vocational schools. So we have had some great opportunities, and I am proud to have helped influence one of the largest expansion of CTE in Citrus County schools. That includes, we've talked about the Phil Royal EMT program, which expanded at the Academy of Health Careers. I was grateful that April Royal actually bestowed on me the Heart of Gold Award for the work that we did in that arena. The Vet Tech program, if you want to ask me about it, our four-legged people are just as important as our two-legged people, and it's a great way of getting our young people involved in healthcare. I am hoping with the legislative appropriations that we can expand to have Firefighter 1 at Crystal River High School. So that's another goal that I'm hoping to do. We have integrated partnerships with Tampa General Hospital. We did a $300,000 3-year partnership that the CEO is wanting to expand on to provide that. I I am also proud that I was elected the 55th president of the Florida School Board Association. This is an organization that represents 95% of the elected public school board members in the state. That has given me opportunities to go around the state and nation to talk about innovation. I serve as a founding member of the Florida K-12 AI and Education Task Force out of the University of Florida, led by Dr. Israel, where we are working to become national trendsetters. We just came back from Washington, D.C., where we were just awarded the Torchbearer Award in Innovation for Florida. If you get a chance, I write a lot about, I share the love that I have for this district and these students. I write an article, there's one in the Chronicle today. You can visit my blog at thomastalks.org. It does give you a lot of in-depth opportunities. I'm always available to talk, and I want to make sure I get through without my time, so thank you very much.
That was just perfect. I neglected to say that candidate Joe Flaherty is an incumbent. He sends his regrets. He's traveling out of states and is not able to be with us. And now I'd like to introduce our second candidate for today, Mr. Michael Mullen, who is a new candidate. And I'll let him take his 5 minutes and talk about himself.
Good morning. And my full name is Michael Patrick Mullen, so I am Irish. You can just walk into my home and you can see that. I've had the distinct pleasure of working in public education for over 35 years. My first job in public education was actually as a custodian. I worked as a custodian at the local high school when I was working through college, stripping the wax off the floors, putting the wax on, cleaning the desk. All the stuff that custodians do. Graduated from college and received a commission in the United States Army. I served as a captain in the Combat Engineer Corps. When I got through with my service in the Army, I went to work as a teacher in Baker County, Florida, which is north of here. I coached high school football and taught in the vocational education program. I taught electricity, electronics. I taught drafting, I taught some woodworking, whatever they needed, even a photography class. When I was a teacher at Baker County, I also got my bus driver's license, did my certification, so I could make a little extra money, and I would drive a bus route in the morning, sometimes before school as a substitute driver, park the bus at the school, get out, teach, get back on the bus and drive the bus home at night. So there was quite a few nights that the bus was parked in my yard because I didn't have a chance to get it back to the bus compound. But things were different back then. You could do those kind of things. So I moved to Citrus County to be closer to my retired parents and provide them some support. Raised 2 children here in Citrus County. One is a school psychologist now, and the other is a homicide detective in Hillsborough County. I'm very proud of both of them. I'm married to a kindergarten teacher, a 3rd grade teacher, Marcia. She's in the back of the room. She spent 30 plus years teaching elementary education, and she's been very supportive, following me around with all the things that I wanted to do. So I'm very dedicated to making decisions based on what's best for children. And that's pretty much how I've lived my whole life. When I was a high school principal, I always tried to do things what was best for the kids and what was best for our staff. So I do believe in servant leadership, but I also believe in setting an example. You know, don't ask people to do things that you're not willing to do yourself. And I've tried to live that way and try to work that way all the way through my career. If you talk to some of my people that worked for me before, you know, I would, as a principal of the high school, if I didn't have a custodian because they were out sick at night, I dumped trash cans and I mopped floors before I went home. Wasn't beneath me to do those kind of things. So I believe in setting an example. I believe in a good day's work, and I believe in doing what's best for kids in our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's you.
Let me just grab something that I wanted to show you.
Which is district, like the last one's District 1, which is where I live. I don't know which of it is.
Had this
Mullen, which district are you from? District 3.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this concludes the candidate portion of our meeting, and thank you to both candidates for giving us a chance to get to know you, a little bit about you and what's important to you. I had to bring this up because some of you may know I'm part of the statewide education task force for the League of Women Voters of Florida. And so we look at legislation, we look at policy, we meet twice a month during legislative, we meet again tomorrow. And one of the things we do is we create brochures. So you may have seen one 2 years ago when there was a constitutional amendment about partisan school board members. Well, we made that. And I was on the little committee of people. This one is called Voting for School Board Members. And I was also one of the workers who created this. It's very helpful if you happen to have candidates that you're comparing. In our case, we don't have that. We're fortunate to have 3 wonderful candidates. But if you know anybody in another district who maybe knows someone who's, where they have multiple candidates, might want to borrow one of these. Take it for them. So just wanted to give a little plug for how our Florida League and our Citrus League, we are believers in public education, and we will do what we can to support you and your mission. So with that, I know we may have a few announcements. Vicky's going to go ahead, and then we'll give our participants time to interact with all of you.
Yes, see how she can take a hint. Please make sure you get one of these reminders. Does anybody need to get one that did not get one yet? So wanted to make sure that you could set your calendar so it has the events that we're going to have all the way through July. So we'll give you some time to talk.
One item that's not on here, the Voting Rights Committee has scheduled a training course for July 25th at 9 a.m. at the Unitarian Universalist Church. Cecile Spoon, who is an attorney that lives in Panama City, developed a continuing training course for attorneys on the administrative and judicial processes for restoring voting rights for felons who have committed their sentence, or completed their sentences and paid all of their restitution. There are very specific processes to go through. So she's coming from Panama City and will be there on July 25th to present this. And it is going to be open to anybody that's interested in attending it on that day.
So you're working with Wanda, except Wanda went away.
Wanda's in Minnesota. She's
a snowbird. Would
Right.
you see me before you leave?
Yes.
Because I want to get all that information. I could send it out to everybody.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming, and hope to see you next month too.